Welcome back to On Point, Breeders' Cup Prep Edition. James, a lot of action coming up this weekend. Keeneland opens, Breeders' Cup preps at Belmont and Santa Anita as well. Obviously, we can't get through every race, but which one are you most looking forward to?
I'm most looking forward to seeing, well, first off, at Keeneland, I'm looking forward to that Shadwell Turf Mile, looking to see how that race shapes out and how those horses fit, going forward in the Breeders' Cup Mile. That race is typically, it has a bunch of European presence, and there's at least 3 foreign shippers in that field. So that's the one that, to me, it really has a high-level intrigue.
Yeah, $1 million race, 14 horses, Mondia Least, Miss Temple City, Heart to Heart. I mean, it's a who's who pretty much, unless they ran last week. And World Approval, who might be the leader of the mile division for now, missing. He's training up to the Breeders' Cup. But yeah, absolutely fantastic race as part of a fantastic opening weekend at Keeneland. Oaks Points and Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Birth on the line, and Alcibiades. The Breeders' Futurity on Saturday. Derby Points, Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Any names stick out for you in there?
Well, I was surprised Lucas's
sporting event?
Sporting Chance.
Thank you.
The hopeful winner didn't enter back in that race, but the horse Free Drop Billy of Romans, who was second, and Give Me a Min of Dallas Stewart's, who was third, and he's still a maiden. They're both in there, so that's going to give us a good read upon that Sporting Chance. And it's a big field. It's a 13-horse field. I think both that for the Breeders' Futurity and the Champagne at Belmont, there's a potential for the second or third choice in the betting to emerge, because Bolt d'Oro is just going to be odds on.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that can happen this weekend that Bolt d'Oro is not the odds-on favorite in the Breeders' Cup. But I'm looking for an alternative. Two fast races in a row, which is great. Maybe he'll run another one. A lot of buzz heading into 2018. But for me, I got to play against a 2-year-old like that's just developed so quickly. It usually catches up to him, and we'll see what happens in a few weeks. But laying low this week in terms of who I'm betting, but definitely hoping to see something that says, hey, maybe this horse can move forward. And it doesn't have to be a winner. I mean, a second or third place horse that shows something worth watching. We had the Awesome again last week at Santa Anita. The counterpart on the East Coast is this week, Jockey Club Gold Cup, a race that has fallen in prestige, I'd say, over the years with A, the advent of the Breeders' Cup, and B, the advent of big money 3-year-old races late in the season. But we actually do get a couple 3-year-olds trying older in Good Samaritan and Pavel, and to me that makes it an interesting race.
Yeah, for sure, and that's definitely with Pavel. I mean, everybody's really looking forward to seeing what he has to offer. He's so promising right now for Doug O'Neill. Whether or not he can continue to step up and make the jump to the Breeders' Cup Classic I think we're going to get a good idea on Saturday, because Keen Ice to me has never been better. He's a 1.25 mile specialist, and he's going to be tough to beat in there. And it's a solid field, 7-horse field. So yeah, really an interesting matchup there, whereby a horse like Keen Ice has some appeal to me in the Classic because of all the pace that's going to be lining up for that race. So I'm really interested in seeing how he runs as well.
All right, in Turf Talk, you mentioned West Coast for the Classic. Now you're throwing out Keen Ice.
Well, he could be top 3, just top 3. Yeah.
All right. Well, obviously get to the Classic a lot over the next few weeks once we know more about the field. But what weeks ago, even before Arrogate lost the Pacific Classic, I'd say it looked like maybe a 2-horse race. Is a Dubai World Cup rematch. Has gained a little bit more depth with West Coast, and hopefully we'll see a performance in the Gold Cup that gets us excited too.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact is, I mean, Baffert's, I think he's going to have Collected is going to the lead in the Breeders' Cup Classic, and it's going to have a chance to run well there. And Mutahij, if like a horse like Keen Ice to me has some potentially value look, because I'm thinking a hot pace with Gun Runner and Collected, and maybe another one in there. Midnight Storm could come back, I think. And Mutahij is another Baffert horse that'll be running late. So he's really gonna. It's like to me, his hand that he has is sort of similar to like the way Lucas would come into these juvenile events, where you got 4 or 5 different horses to choose from.
Yep, absolutely. Any other races we didn't touch on that caught your eye so far?
No,
it's a lot to go over.
Yeah, just really. I mean, I just drew those fields, so gonna do some more prep work. But yeah, absolutely. I was I was pleased to see some decent sized fields. I mean, last weekend with the both the Beldame and the Zenyatta having like 5 or 6. That's what people they want to just. It might not have all the stars, but you'd love to see at least 9 or 10 horses.
Yeah, great wagering opportunities on Twin Spires for sure. I know we'll be active, and we'll be giving out picks live from Keeneland with some of our handicapping friends doing a Twitter takeover, and I heard you plan on having a winner or two.
I do. I'm going to do a lot of studying.
All right, well, we'll look forward to that, and we'll look forward to you watching. Join us Saturday.